Hi, I'm Peter Travers, movie critic for Rolling Stone, here to tell you what's at the movies. You know, we started summer movies. We've already lived through Fast 5, we've had Thor, and now we're having something that I'm going to go on the record as saying is unique. You're not going to see another movie like this all summer, and why? Because it's called Bridesmaids, and it's filled with women. It stars women, Kristen Wiig being the headliner of this movie, and it's about women who are bridesmaids, and we know that Hollywood doesn't care about women. The last time they did, it was Sex and the City 2, and even the people that were in it looked miserable during it. So what am I going to say about Bridesmaids? I'm going to say that Kristen Wiig, to me, is a comedy goddess. I just love what she does. She co-wrote this script with her friends, but there's another factor here. It's not just that Paul Feig is the director. This guy started on TV with directing Freaks and Geeks, and so to me, that's genius. And he's worked a lot with Judd Apatow, who was a producer of that show. So what I'm saying about Bridesmaids is it's maybe the most schizophrenic comedy of this summer, meaning the women all have their take on who women are, and Judd Apatow and Paul Feig have their other take. So the women are going around talking about relationships and friendships among women, and the guys are saying, why don't we have these bridesmaids try on their dresses and then poop their pants? We should have a lot of poop in it. So then it becomes hangover and drag. It makes your head spin. And yet within that, within this movie, half of this movie is genuinely funny. Kristen Wiig is great. Rose Byrne, who you probably know from Damages, plays her rival bridesmaid, the one that wants to be closer to the bride, who's played by Maya Rudolph. And we see scenes that play out among these women. They talk to each other. Men are shits. Men are crap. They are garbage. And they are played very briefly on screen, one by John Hamm, who has never looked such, he's a complete a-hole in this. He starts in bed with Kristen Wiig saying, cut my balls. This is what he does. He's women's nightmare of men. And then there's a nice Irish cop played by Chris O'Dowd who actually loves Kristen. And Kristen just thinks, I'm poor, I don't have a job, I'm miserable, I find lousy men, and realizes that women, the most important thing for women is friendship between themselves. Your girlfriend is always going to be what's most important to you. Now, we guys, I know we have a problem with that. We always feel that when women prioritize, we go really low on the totem pole. We're low in this movie. You come out of this movie thinking, yeah, these women are all about each other. But why shouldn't they be? Hollywood has not done a thing for women. They just put them in these crummy parts and they have to watch the Thors of the world take over, and Michael Bay prefer robots when he's not having somebody in hot pants in close-up who doesn't get to act. But don't start me on Michael Bay. I have 4th of July to do that. So what am I saying? I'm saying that Bridesmaids is funny. Kristen Wiig is great in it. It's great to see these women together. I just wish it was more of a piece. I wish that in the middle of it and in the beginning and the end, it doesn't turn into a guy movie too. Just as a pure movie about women talking to each other, this is probably as good as it's going to get this summer. And I'm Peter Travers.